Good evening, boys and girls. Little Red and Little Blue Nova are going for their MOT in the morning. So we're going to run through a whole host of things in this evening's video. As you can hear, though, I'm standing over here because it's a bit noisy around there. As you can hear, I'm warming up the Nova. I take it for a little spin down to the road and up to the roundabout and back. Worked out quite a few of the kinks. I've now got reverse. I've now got the gears I should have. Idle is a lot better, etc, etc. Lots of bits and pieces. So she's set up, she's warming up. I've got the exhaust cam on. How long that's going to stay there for I don't know, we'll give it a go. Warming up nicely. So, yeah, I'll get a little bit more temp in it. We'll take it for a quick drive and see what's what. See if we can feel anything funny in the steering, make sure the brakes work, that kind of thing, the clutch, etc, etc. Like I say, it's literally just going to go down to the bottom of the cul-de-sac and back up on the private road because I've got no MOT yet, but I just want to make sure before we take it out tomorrow morning that it's good to go. So yeah, let's see, shall we? Right, here we go then, boys and girls. Let's see what's what. Just check I've got brakes. Very juddery because of the clutch that's in it. Right, let's see what's what then. Put the headlights on, actual throttle shut, windows down. Right, let's see, let's take it easy to start with. Very low, this car. Right, well, not sure what the smoky oily stuff was that poured out the side of the car at one point. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute, but the squeaking noise, I don't know how well you can see, the alternator belt jumped off of the pulley there, so
I'll pop that back on. I don't really see how that's jumped off because the belt is tight. I tightened it the other day. Of course, it's really hot now. As for the smoky stuff, I don't really know what that was. This little thing has popped off again. I'll go and find that, but that's falling out. Bollocks. That's frustrating. Right, go and find that. Okay, right, well. I don't know, it was driving quite nicely apart from that. Brakes are very spongy, I need to bleed them, that's for sure. Definitely need to bleed the brakes. And we'll see, try and start up again once this belt's back on and see what that oily, smoky, lots of smoke pouring out the side all of a sudden. Lots. So we'll see what that was, shall we?
The next morning.
Good morning, boys and girls. It's very early. And I didn't get home until very late last night, so needless to say I've not had a lot of sleep. But both cars, I think, are as good as they're ever going to be. Bar things that we can't test, like headlight aim and emissions and stuff, we went through each one with a very fine tooth comb. So in theory, that one and that one are good to go. As you can see, we've got the weather for it today. Beautiful. Yeah, so I've got a bag of tools, sockets, electrical equipment, testers, spanners, screwdrivers, most things I can think of, some bits of cable, some butt connectors, some crimps, crimp tool, fire extinguisher. I've got a tiny little jack just in case, not so much for this but for the Nova, because you literally just can't reach under the fucking side of it. Just in case we need to reach under there. There's a fire extinguisher in the Nova. I'll put the rest of this fluid in the Nova in case we need some coolant, which I'm hoping we shouldn't do. Yeah, I guess we're about as ready as we'll ever be. I haven't worked out what that smoking was on the Nova, to be perfectly honest with you. The only thing I can currently think of, because it stopped smoking afterwards, is that it's the turbo passing oil or water on boost. It is a water-cooled turbo, so it could possibly be... I don't know, it looked quite white to me. I don't know whether it was a combination of the fact the car wasn't completely warmed up, and I just don't know is the honest answer. So we'll see. We got to drive it from here. Wes just texted me saying, I'm worried about them plumes of smoke. Well, we'll find out, won't we, when he gets here. He's on his way now. Haven't started either car up yet because it's still really early. I will start them up in just a minute. More so the Nova than anything to get it warmed up, because it doesn't like cold start because of the coolant sensor that's on it. Need to change that, but we haven't got around to doing it, and I need a laptop that can run that software to get it plugged in. As you would have seen in the previous videos, my laptop won't run that software. We had to put it on a desktop, which I brought down and put in the garage for the night. But obviously we can't have a desktop on the road. So I'm going to stop waffling. I guess I'll catch you guys when we either get to the MOT centre or when we break down on the side of the road. Either one. I'm not too worried about Fiesta. Fiesta should be fine, all being well. The only thing that's changed is the turbo. The rest of the engine and everything else is all the same setup as it always was, and it was fairly reliable before. Yeah, right. See you in a minute.
2 hours later.
Right, well, I made it. The Nova didn't. It was all going really, really well, to be honest, until about halfway here. And then it just laid over real hard, had no power to it, and cut out. And we couldn't get it started again. And on the one time that it did fire, it sounded like it was banging on 3 holes, 2 or 3 holes. So, not really sure what the deal is with that, to be honest, because it didn't smoke or anything silly like that, like it did the other day. It was all right, and then all of a sudden there was just no power, banging on 1 hole. So I don't know if it did a plug, if it did a wire. I don't know, really don't know. But I made it. It was a horrendous drive in the weather, and then in this little fucking thing going down the motorway with lorries coming alongside me is less than ideal, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm here. Let's get Little Red MOT'd. Wes is waiting for the recovery truck, so yeah, let's get this MOT'd, and then I'll catch up with you afterwards.
Right, boys and girls, Fiesta is a pass. Happy days, another year's worth of motoring. Wes is still waiting for the truck. One truck turned up and he couldn't get the Nova on because it's too low. So just on my way back now to where he broke down, with some tools to go and take the front bumper off so we can get him on the recovery truck and get him back to the workshop. But so far, so good. All is well in the world of the Fiesta. I have tried to get on boost a couple of times, but as you can see, it's very wet. And this turbo packed quite a lot more punch than the last one did, to be perfectly honest with you. So I don't want to go too mad. I also don't want to break the car a week before the first show. So we'll just take it easy until we get it back, and then we might go out another evening and have a bit of fun in it when it's dry. I'm cold. I need a heater. You know your gear ratios are short when I'm cruising at 42 mile an hour in 6. To boost, it's a fucking animal. Fucking thing wants to take my fucking head off. I only saw 3 pounds a boost. There.
Many tic tacs later.
Recovery trucks here. Right, there we go. The Nova's on the back of the recovery truck. The guy's just turning around now, and then he's going to follow us back to the workshop. Wes is in the Fiesta for the first time. So to see if I can scare the life out of him on the way home. Did just have to ask the recovery man for a jump pack because I left my fucking headlights on like a complete penis. But there you go, that's life. No pressure, don't stall it because it won't start again. And the weather's drying up a bit, which is nice.
Get a bit of grip.
Once it gets on boost.
That was loads. That's quicker than I thought it'd be.
I run something over? Something fall off?
I can't be sure.
Car's still in one piece.
That's aggressive, isn't it, that
It
piece?
is, isn't it?
Shit, yeah. That is like I can't imagine having more than that. Jesus. That's right, you charge me for that. Oh my God, it feels really weird when it stops, doesn't it? Like you still feel like you're buzzing.
You
like
stop fucking vibrating.
yeah, you sort of like everything comes. Stood here.
Right, well, we went out, we MOT'd one car, we got one car recovered, we made it back. Where's had to go in the Fiesta? Something fell off the Fiesta. Let's face it, it wouldn't be. Front number plate?
No. I can't see anything missing.
Number plate's on?
Yeah.
What about the back number plate?
Back number plate's there.
Okay, I didn't lose the number plate then.
You're intact. I don't know what that was.
Here's the recovery man, I'm sure he'll be able to tell us what fell off. Here he is. It's going up there.
Go back into bed.
It's going back in the corner, so if you want to reverse onto the driveway and then we can push it off.